Chapter 12. The Cause and Cure of Disease. To the modern physiologist, the human body is a glandular mechanism. Each organ is under the control of certain ductless glands, which activate and energize it by their secretions. Disturbances in any organ are now being traced to a glandular origin, to a deficiency of activating hormones. The medical science of the past has been dealing with effects rather than with causes, with the superficial removal or external symptoms rather than with the elimination of their internal roots. The medical science of the future will work with the causes, rather than with the effects, of disease. We are now tracing these causes to disturbances of the ductless glands. The ductless glands are the centers of mineral metabolism. Each of these glands extracts from the blood certain organic minerals, obtained from assimilated food, transforming these into its secretion, which is then sent back into the bloodstream, to be carried to certain organs, or physiological systems, for their invigoration. The normal development, functioning and well-being of these organs entirely depend upon the normal supply of the glandular hormones to which they are sympathetically responsive. A deficiency or an absence of these hormones will cause them to be weak, devitalized and subject to bacterial infection. Pathologists of the past thought that bacteria were the fundamental cause of organic disease. We now know that this was a false assumption, that bacteria cannot thrive in healthy tissue, any more than can they live in the sunshine, but only where devitalization exists and where rotting matter is present. We have thus far traced physiological disturbances to a glandular origin. When any organ goes wrong, the seat of the trouble is not in that organ but in its ductless gland. But what determines the condition of the ductless gland? What causes it to go wrong? The ductless glands, as centers of mineral metabolism, cannot manufacture their secretions unless they obtain sufficient minerals from the blood. These minerals originally came from food. If the diet does not contain sufficient of these organic minerals, the ductless glands will be starved, no matter how much food is eaten, and the corresponding organs will be devitalized and consequently diseased. The primary cause of disease and death, from a purely physical viewpoint, is chiefly mineral starvation due to wrong diet. Indeed, the present diet of the uninformed civilized world is a most perverted one. It consists mainly of flesh, white devitalized flour bread, refined devitalized white sugar and animal fats. That means, it is very poor in the essential organic salts, but very rich in proteids and carbohydrates. People make themselves believe that everything must be cooked, roasted, baked, boiled, salted, spiced and sweetened before it is fit to eat. This unnatural diet overstimulates the system with albumin poisons and carbonic acid gas, which form the basis of all functional derangements and disease. Since the basic cause of disease is a deficiency of organic minerals in the diet, its cure consists in supplying these to the body through foods which are rich in them, such as raw vegetables and fruit. Then the starving ductless glands will obtain the elements they require for the manufacture of their secretions, and the affected organs will be strengthened and vitalized. This will enable them to resist bacterial decomposition, which is only possible while they are in a devitalized condition. The symptoms will then disappear, and the disease will come to an end. Already, we have cured beriberi and rickets in this rational way. The time will come when every disease will be done away with by such simple means, by removing its fundamental dietetic cause.